Hi, I'm Melanie.
And I'm Cal.
And we're the founders of Voices of Dignity.
Voices of Dignity is a startup nonprofit organization dedicated to ending the cycle of sexual abuse in the Jewish community.
And with your help, we're going to raise $100,000 in 10 days.
My abuse started when I was 7 years old by the hands of one of the prominent community leaders and responsible to keeping us safe, but didn't. He would take us late at night into the health center where the abuse was happening. I'm saying us because I know there were so many other people, myself included, that he would buy off with money to be silent.
In November of 2009, a 24-year-old newlywed groom took his own life in Williamsburg, Brooklyn, after disclosing to his young bride that he'd been molested by Rabbi Baruch Leibovitz. He said he didn't know how to be a good husband. Leibovitz likely molested hundreds of children in the Borough Park area. Many came forward after his arrest, but we'll never know the true extent of the damage. One such victim, a 28-year-old man, was recently accused of abusing a boy younger than him, in a classic case of abuse being handed down through the generations. Cal and I attended the Leibovitz trial. There were 30 members of the community there to support him. There were maybe 10 of us for the victim.
After years of carrying all that pain and shame, and not having anyone to share it with that will stop the abuse, I became the problem child in the community. My family and the community leaders trying to figure out what to do with me. By the age 11, I started going from school to school, and then by 15, I ended up in the streets. By 18, thank God I made it into rehab. I can remember one of my lowest points in rehab, not wanting to live, wanting the pain to stop. A good friend of mine, Mike, came up to me and asked me, what if, in years from now, there'll be another human being that will have the same exact experience, and I will be the only person to save that person's life? Wouldn't I want to see that? That was a turning point for me. I started thinking that maybe my experience and my willingness to live and do something about my pain and deal with it responsibly might give hope to another child in the future. Now, looking back at that experience, I see that happen every day.
Last week, Cal received a call from a young man who was abused by his teacher when he was younger. That teacher is still in classrooms today. Would you want your child to be in that class?
Our commitment at Voices of Dignity is to make sure that children like myself who are suffering or have suffered don't have to anymore, and to make sure that the right systems, if abuse is occurring, that actions can be taken to make sure that it stops and children get the proper help.
The money from this campaign will help us accomplish 3 goals. We want to become more sustainable by hiring a director of operations. Bringing in a trained professional at this point will help us come from one level up to the next level. Our young, innovative team, in conjunction with a skilled expert, will make us unstoppable. The average age a child is molested is 9 years old. That means that half of all kids who are sexually abused are under the age of 9. The time has come to reach kids at the right age, and we know of the right program. It's called the TOPS program, and it's already being run in Jewish schools in Canada. TOPS is targeted at 6 to 9-year-olds and teaches them that they have the right to say no, and who a safe adult is. Many of them have never been told this before. With your help, we're going to bring TOPS here this spring to institute it for the first time ever in a United States school. This has the potential to revolutionize sexual abuse prevention. One of our most significant programs is called the Mothers Training Program. This is a home-based program where we bring a therapist to small groups of mothers and train them on sexual abuse dynamics and prevention. I run these programs, and every time we expand to a new community, people say it can't be done. It's too closed, they'll never go for it. But they are going for it. We're running them on the ground, and people are responding. At the last training, I looked at a woman across the table who I knew had had abuse in her family. And I said, "You're not alone." She said, "I feel alone." I said, "I know, and you've been alone for a long time, but you're not alone anymore." And she's not alone anymore. We started with 1 training in 1 community, and we're up to 4 monthly. But we don't just want to do it here. We want it to be expandable. So we've created a curriculum that's downloadable, and we're planning to scale it everywhere. This is something that can be downloaded anywhere in any community and can spread as fast as we can get it there. This is scalable. It's going to change things. This campaign, the We Can and We Will campaign, is being run in 10 days all around the world.
Teams like yours have been created in San Francisco,
Boulder,
Hawaii,
Miami,
LA,
Toronto,
Australia,
DC,
Seattle,
London,
Cape Town,
Costa Rica,
Jerusalem,
Amsterdam, and New York City. 1 in 4 girls and 1 in 6 boys are sexually abused before the age of 18. Statistically, we know that many of you watching are survivors, and all of you know someone who is, whether or not you're aware of that. The movement to stop sexual abuse is going to happen by survivors and by those who care about them.
Be a social entrepreneur with us. Let's raise $100,000 in only 10 days.
With your help, we know we can get there. We're stronger together. Join us.